Hi guys. For our purpose of analysis, it's important to be very familiar with the Analyze toolbar in Excel. So we first click within the pivot table, we click Analyze, and we'll start from the far left. Options. Options have the tab Layout and Format, Totals and Filters, Display, Printing, Data, and Alt Text. Active Field. The active field allows you to edit the name of the current active field. The Expand and Collapse field. You can expand or collapse all items within the active field. Group and ungroup. For group and ungroup, we could create a group containing the selected items, or we could ungroup the previously grouped items. Insert Slicer. Insert Slicer allows you to filter data visually. So we'll click on that. So we could insert slicers for title, release date, color, black and white, and genre. And it would provide a control filter, basically a filter control. Insert Timeline. Insert Timeline allows you to visually and interactively filter the data. Refresh. Refresh, you click on refresh, you're getting the latest data. Change data source. Change data source allows you to, if we want to select a different range in our table, we could do that. Or if we wanted to change the data source to an external source, we could do that here also. So that's change data source. Clear. Clear allows you to delete the entire pivot table. That would be clear all. Or clear filter would set the filter to all. It does not delete the filter. So if we selected here clear filters, what it's done is it's actually set the rating filter to all. It hasn't removed the rating filter, just simply set it to all. Select. Select, it selects an element of the pivot table. So if we click on select, it would allow us to select an element. Move pivot table. That's self-explanatory. It allows you to move the pivot table to either another location in the worksheet or to a new worksheet. Field items and sets. Create and modify calculated fields, items, and sets. Pivot chart. Pivot chart allows you to insert a pivot chart tied to the data in the pivot table. Recommended pivot tables. Some people use this often, other people do not prefer to use this. I think it's a good idea, especially when you're first learning, to learn different ways of approaching setting up pivot tables. So I think it's a good idea to click on it and see what types, we'll click on it right now, what types of analysis could we consider in our pivot table. Field list. Field list shows or hides the field list. So when we click on field list, our field list disappears. We click on it again and it shows. So it's a toggle. Plus and minus buttons. Plus and minus buttons, they're show and hide buttons. These buttons allow you to expand or collapse items within the pivot table. Field headers. You can display the field headers for your rows or for your columns. I want to make one note. To work with the pivot table settings or controls, you have to have at least one cell selected within the pivot table. So right now we don't see the Analyze tab, and now when we click within the pivot table, our Analyze tab comes up. So this is amazing number of powerful options that allow you to analyze your data. Thank you.